Guess who hates her computer and her microphone and her stuff because it's stupid? So hello everybody. I hope you are having a fabulous day. I hope you are probably definitely having a better day than I am because I literally spent way too long on this build and half of it didn't even end up recording correctly. And so we have half of it, and I'll be honest, I did this build in like two parts, like I stopped and then like 3 days later I came back because I was really busy. And anyway, long story short, when I went to record the second time, I don't know exactly what happened, but it didn't work correctly, and so I didn't realize that, and I had been recording for over 2 hours because it was just one of those builds where I was on a roll, but at the same time there was a lot of stuff to do for this build, so it took me a little bit longer, and consequently, I elected to not redo the entire 2 hours that I did. Granted, I could have done it faster, and it's one of those I probably could have done the build better. But I really liked how the build turned out, and I didn't want to redo all of that work because I've done that before, and most of the time it's not worth it. Like, if it's already done and you've already saved everything. Now, if you've saved it, if it didn't save, then yeah, I would probably go back and rebuild it because then I had the video and I can kind of copy. But this is the other way, and I could copy from like pictures and things, but I don't really want to. I'm just like, so I couldn't. It's not that I couldn't be bothered. It's just, I'm going away for like 10 days, and then I'm going away for a week, and then I'm back for a week, and then I'm gone for 10 days, and I'm traveling a lot in quick succession, and it's like I really don't have time. So anyway, long story over. Let's get into the build. This was a container build. I did a single home container build that was 3 stories high, and I wanted to build a container, like almost a shipping yard-esque feeling, like a shipping yard crossed with like a trailer park kind of ish vibe. Like this build has 4 different houses, if you will. So I thought, well, like you could have 4 different Sims living in each of the different houses, and blah blah blah. Or you could have like family start in one shipping home, and then like as they have the kids move into a different shipping home, and then they can all still be on the lot and all that stuff. So I don't know, it doesn't matter what you do with it, but I thought it was a really cool concept because I really like the idea of shipping container houses. They're really easy and pretty quick to put together, and that's not the only reason I like them. They're kind of challenging because you don't have like nooks and crannies, and you don't have certain places you can have any things. You just have a rectangle. So rooms can be kind of challenging to work with, especially bedrooms, and with double beds it can be a little challenging. But I ended up with 4 different container style. You can always edit them, and I don't really care what you do, but you can always change it up and like combine them, whatever. But they all have at least 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. 2 of them are 2 stories, and 2 of them are single stories. Some of them have multiple bedrooms. I think all of them just have 1 bathroom. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But I just really like the idea of putting them at different, not angles, because they're all just perpendicular to each other or parallel. I toyed with doing like an angular one, but the dimensions were off because it was on a diagonal, and it just really wasn't working. So I liked to just not really do that. Let's see what else. In the speed build, this is English, Sarah, English. I get all the kind of figuring out how I want all the rooms to work and everything, and I think we get to see one of them, maybe two of them built, and then the rest all are on screenshots. I tried to take extra screenshots after I realized and kind of edited some pictures and things like that, and I'll get into that more when we get to the screenshots. But this is honestly a ton of fun to build. You could definitely use this as like a community kind of style lot because it has this kind of courtyardy feeling area in the middle that I kind of turned into a courtyard-esque feel. I guess I can go ahead and say what I've done because it's not going to be on a speed build. I ended up turning it into a kind of garden slash like actual functioning garden with like greenhouse, and then a kind of fountain-esque romantic-y garden, even though it's not super romantic, but there's like flowers and bushes and things like that. There's a fountain, and then there's also a pool area, which is actually just a hot tub that could be easily changed into a pool, but I really wanted to use a hot tub. So, and then there's a basketball court area-esque, like kind of athletic-y area. So you could definitely use it as like a community lot, or whatever, whatever. So, this first container is the blue container, and I decided to definitely not have the floors and walls all be blue, because I did that, I kind of toyed with that in my first container build, and for the most part I stuck to it, but it wasn't 100%, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing that for this one. So I kind of played around more with like different tiles and different woods and things like that, and I really tried to be kind of picky because there wasn't a lot of space to work with, and a lot of the rooms were condensed into like a single room. A lot of times you had the kitchen and the dining room in one room, and then, or you would have literally the kitchen, dining room, and living room all together, and even like a study-esque area, and then you have the bedroom and a bathroom. Now, these single-story ones were actually kind of challenging because there's not a lot of space to play around with. For this one, layout-wise, I put the bedroom in this back corner, and then in the center area, I did like the kitchen, living room, and dining room. I apologize. That was a big yawn. I did all that in one area, and that was kind of challenging, especially for like the first container, because the 2-story ones you definitely have more space to kind of work out with, and so it was a little bit like, oh, and it totally looks like I forgot windows, and it's because I totally did. Like, when I came back the second day, and it was like, okay, time to work on more of the container builds, I started a second one, and I was like, yeah, this is going good, and I got about 3/4 of the way through, and I was like, there are literally no windows, and I was like, people put in windows, and I put in windows on my other container build, and I was like, okay, I had to put in windows for these, and so I went back and put in windows. Even though there won't be windows at the moment, there will eventually, in the future, be windows. So, it's kind of hard to talk about like the other ones and explain them without like actually having them in front of you, or yeah. Anyway, I'm not making sense. I apologize. In other news, I recently got the Spa Day pack, and I also got the Perfect Patio stuff pack, and I wanted the Perfect Patio solely for the hot tubs, and I never thought I would say that, but I wanted the hot tubs because I had the hot tubs in Sims 3, and I was like, yes, hot tubs, because they're great, especially if you don't have room for a pool, and it's like perfect, and I was like, hot tub, yes, and then this game is like, hot tub, no, and I was like, ugh. And I like the concept of stuff packs. They're a good concept, but I'll be honest, this was my first stuff pack to actually buy. The only things that I've mostly bought are the expansion packs and the bigger packs. I'd never bought a stuff pack before, and I got it, and I was like, there's not a lot in there. And I got mine on sale because I refused to pay full price for my games, like any game, not just Sims games, because I'm a cheap individual, and I'm like, I need money. But so I almost always only buy games when they're on sale, unless I like really, really want a game, then I'll pay full price. Like I did that with City Skylines. I was like, I'm buying this game when it comes out. It was $20. And I was like, I think I got it when it was $20. Anyway, whatever. I got that game. I think I might have gotten it I might have gotten it on sale. I might be lying. I think I'm a liar. Okay, well, exclude literally everything I just said because I was wrong. I'm a liar. Lying liar lies. But they had the stuff packs for 25% off, and the stuff packs are not normally on sale because they're normally only $10. And I was like, okay, they're 25% off, so it was like $7. Or, yeah, somewhere in there. $6 to $7 with tax, blah, blah, blah. And I'm real glad I got it on sale because, in my opinion, most of the stuff packs aren't worth $10. Some of them are, like the Vintage Glamour stuff pack. Looks really cool, and I think it has the Butler's feature, and that's cool because it brings a different element of gameplay and a different, like, a maid-esque character, if you will. And so that's kind of nice. But, like, the rest, there's not, like, a lot of, like, stuff packs for me. They weren't like, I have to have this stuff pack. Like, for me, literally, the stuff pack I really ultimately wanted was Perfect Patio stuff because of the hot tubs. And, like, I wouldn't mind having, like, the Vintage Glamour stuff. Let's see, what are all the stuff packs? Sims 4 stuff packs. Yes, this is quality content, guys. Load, computer, load. Let's see, stuff pack. Yeah, there's the fitness stuff pack, which it's cool, but not that cool. Backyard stuff, movie hangout stuff, kids room stuff would be nice. There's some cool stuff in the kids room stuff. Vintage Glamour stuff, that's pretty nice. Luxury party stuff, A Perfect Patio, have that one. I'm like, yes. Cool kitchen stuff, spooky stuff, that'd be nice, especially with the vampire stuff, but And bowling night, I personally do not like bowling. I am terrible at bowling. I will tell you a quick story about how much Sarah dislikes bowling. I have been bowling a couple of times. Now, I know with some sports and or hobbies, the mentality is that the more you do it, the better you are. That's not true for bowling and me. How it kind of works is Sarah's just terrible at bowling. And yes, I'm speaking in third person on purpose. My high score for any of the times I've ever played bowling was 50. And the goal in bowling is to get to 300. That means you've scored a perfect round if you get to 300. Most people get to at least 100. A lot of people average 100 to about 175. Some people are really good, get to 200, and then you have the, like, superb people that it's like, what are you doing? No. I can't even get anywhere near 100. And when I say 50 was my high score, I mean my high score. Most of the time I get around 30. And after doing that a couple of times and not seeing any progress, it was kind of one of those things, why am I paying to fail so terribly? Like, it's not even like funny failure, it's just I'm terrible at it. And so bowling and I have a difficult relationship, so we don't get along. So, like, I have no desire to honestly have the bowling night stuff pack because not my thing. Romantic garden stuff is the last one that's out at the moment. And that one has some cool stuff. I definitely enjoy, like, flowers and things like that, and so I wouldn't mind having romantic garden stuff. So I guess, like, there's 3 that I kind of want, but even then, But yeah, I mostly have the game packs. That's what they're called. I have the game packs and the, what's it called? Oh, I just have expansion packs. So, and I don't have all of those because, once again, I'm not made of money. I'm going to college. I have other things I had to spend money on. So, sadly, life requires money. Anyway, getting back to the build here, we're kind of finishing up this container. I tried to put a lot of little details into each one, so that way, if you wanted to, you could definitely, like, delete other containers if you didn't want to use them, or just black them out or something like that. And just not use them. And so that way they were each, like, essentially little homes instead of, like, okay, here's the bed, here's the kitchen, here's the things, and that's it. No, I really tried to put a lot of detail into everything. And so let's see, this one, and I really liked the I tried to pay more attention to, like, bed sheets and things like that, and colors. And I know, like, this one isn't a great example because you have kind of dark, black bed, brown wardrobe, tan mirror, and it's whatever. But it's kind of interesting. It kind of brightens up the room. Definitely something a little bit eye-catching. So, but it was definitely challenging to fit like lots of things into a small space. And this one actually has a decently sized bathroom. One of them has a very small bathroom that it literally is just a shower and a bathroom, and the sink is actually in the kitchen. There's no sink in the bathroom because it's a 1x3 and it's itty bitty. So this one actually had like shower and bathtub. I think only two of them definitely have bathtub and shower, but most of them don't. So, yeah. But I definitely tried to put like little details, lots of paintings, kind of spice things up. Definitely a challenge, but for the most part, everything works. If things don't, then just delete/move them. But yeah, so we're about at the screenshots, and then I'll kind of go into more detail as things progress. But of course, I had to use my favorite painting in like almost all of these houses. That was like oopsies. So, but yeah, I definitely tried to play with like patterns and things like that in the furniture and things and colors, and not just do white and browns, because I have a habit of doing that because I like that. Okay, so here we are in the screenshots. There's a couple here that are just going to be the close-ups. So first we have the red one on the right that is a single story. Here's the layout. You have a divider that divides the kitchen and living room, a bedroom, and then a small bathroom. This one is the only one that kind of has a hallway-esque, and it definitely closes off a large portion of the container, and it's not necessarily the greatest idea because this is a one-story container house, but it ended up working, and it was definitely more challenging because all the rest were challenging, but they were not that challenging. This one, you end up like cutting like 5x1 squares out, and so it was interesting to try to figure out a way to do that. And I used a divider because I felt like it needed something to divide the space up. Now the second one, it's the 2-story one. It actually has the smallest bathroom, which is kind of funny, but it has a bedroom on the bottom, and it has a second bedroom up top, and it has the living room area downstairs, and then the kitchen and the dining room upstairs. This is definitely the most spacious one. All the rest are not cramped, but they're definitely more compact. This one has the basketball court right out front, as you can see. And I was trying to decide like what activities to put in here, because there's honestly not that many activities in these houses because they're kind of cramped on space. And I went with the workout stuff because it had that yellow, so I put that yellow sofa in there, and I was like, ooh, there's a yellow workout thing, I'm gonna use this. And so then this is the master bedroom, if you will, downstairs. The upstairs bedroom has a single bedroom, so like kids' bedroom, or not necessarily kids, but single person bedroom. And I got a computer in this one, so the first one didn't have a computer because there was just not enough space. And this one definitely had there's like some stuff, music stuff to do. There's gaming. I put a gaming rig in there, things like that. And so this is the third house. It is a single-story house, the second single-story house. It has a fairly large bathroom, a kind of smooshed kitchen island, kitchen, dining room, and living room all together, and then has the bedroom. Yeah, this is the one that you saw in the build, so it's probably the most familiar. I definitely played around with like the tiles and things like that, and tried to do more designs in like the floor patterns and things like that, instead of just using one floor pattern for the entire house. And this one has the kind of nice bathroom, which is definitely a plus, and a dark with gray style bedroom. I really like this bedroom, I will be honest. And then we have the fourth and final one. This is the other 2-story one. It has a gallery-style kitchen, which was something I hadn't done before. Well, I'd kind of done it, but not really. And then it has the dining and living room downstairs. And then the upstairs has just a single bedroom, a kind of study lounge area, and then the bathroom. This one is spacious in a different way. The upstairs area you could cram a second bedroom in there, but I decided not to because I wanted to kind of keep it still spacious feeling. And these two are stacked perpendicular to each other, so they make like a L almost. So I thought it was kind of a challenge to figure out how the stairs were going to work. And so the living room, honestly, I really like the colors that came out in this one. I tried to use bright colors and things because I was really indecisive about the walls on this one. And then I ended up going with a white kitchen, and so white, lots of not bright colors. So And then up here, I really wasn't too sure what to do with this space, so I stuck like an artist easel, another couch, and then the study area, because you could definitely cram a small bedroom in there, but I didn't want to do that. So, and I definitely wanted to keep the large, spacious bathroom. And then out here, this is the kind of romantic-y, garden-y / eating area. There's the fountain, and then there's a grill out there that you can use to grill things, and some chairs and seating, things like that. And then over here's the kind of greenhouse area. It's kind of sandwiched in between a couple of them, and there's plenty of pots and things to do. Then you have the basketball court arena thingy, and then you have the hot tub, which is underneath the suspended shipping container, which I really liked. And then you have a couple more views that just kind of show everything. I added some trees and things like that. It's kind of a little challenging to see with some of the trees. Not that they're tall, but it's just kind of difficult. It's a little bit easier to see if there's no trees, but you know, take what you got. And I definitely wanted to include, there is a reason I put 4 mailboxes and 4 trash cans, because there's 4 different houses. So that's why there's an excess number of mails and trash cans. Yeah. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I upload 3 times a week, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!